Hello, everyone.
Hi there.
It is Sid and V.
With Judicious Mockery.
And we are back with some more Master Detective Archives Rain Code.
Plus.
I like that. I like the little bonus. Last we left off on this adventure, we finished up the Chapter 4 investigation.
Yes, so important.
Which, oh boy, a lot's going on in this chapter.
Lots going on.
It is a crazy chapter. So just to kind of recap what the past couple episodes have looked like, you know, we went to the Amaterasu secret lab with Makoto. We were looking around with him for a little bit, but then Yomi came in and was like, you're coming with me, but just, oh no, he locked us in a room. He didn't just leave us behind.
For sure.
He locked us in a room, but our friends came and busted us out, the other master detectives.
Absolutely.
And then us, Fubuki, and Desahiko all went to go check on Dr. Huesca, who ran the research lab, who had a death threat against him.
Who was not doing too good by the end of the chapter.
Well, he was doing fine when he was being super crotchety at first, but then all of a sudden, he looked over to the side and was like, what are you doing here? Oh no, and the screen went blank.
He was killed.
So we got a little robot, drove it through all the security measures, found his dead body. Classic. That's all fine and good. What's not so fine and good is the other quote-unquote body that we found, which was our dear Chief Yako.
So sad.
Got stabbed outside of the hallway, and from what he said, seemingly by Fink the Slaughter Artist, who was the one that threatened Huesca as Fink was maybe walking away down the hall. We then did our investigation with Vivia as our assistant this time.
Who I'm pretty suspicious of.
Sid has some real suspicions about Vivia for sure. Well, Vivia has been interesting this chapter.
Vivia threatened to kill us.
Vivia straight up threatened to kill us.
Which was a crazy thing to do to your friend and colleague.
And not even I'll kill. Like, Vivia was actively going to kill us. He started walking back to we were spectral projecting, and he started walking back to his body so he could wake up and kill us.
Slit our throat.
And he would have, had it not been for Chief Yako's voice just materializing in and being like, hey, we should all get along.
Thankfully.
So,
Saved the day.
That was pretty helpful.
One last time.
But yeah, no, Vivia has been a lot of... We learned, his forte, the astral projecting, and he's been kind of suspicious. He's been very are you sure you want to find the truth?
And I do.
This whole time.
I really do.
Which is an interesting tactic.
Yeah.
Yep. But we finished up the investigation, so we got ourselves into some shit, so had to jump into that good old mystery labyrinth.
Hilarious, classic.
And I guess it's time to find out what's behind this case.
All right, let's
go ahead and jump in.
Let's do our cutscene and then solution key review.
Yeah, we'll do the whatever cutscene it gives us to start, but then we'll go through the solution keys as we do.
As we do. I'm sure Vivia will love this.
Yeah, what's Vivia's reaction going to be like?
Very muted, I imagine.
That was when time froze. Vivia was just I see. Interesting.
I want to die one day.
I want to die someday. I love Vivia.
Again with the falling. Why can't it ever be a gentle landing?
Oh, yeah, that was also the great part when Vivia was falling. Yuma was flailing around, being and Vivia was just straight as a pin, just being I want to die someday.
Oh, Vivia. This is called the Mystery Labyrinth.
Undeterred.
Not phased at all.
This place is a physical manifestation of mysteries from the case?
Got it. Hey.
Got it in
one.
You can tell? Oh, well, anyway, this actually isn't my forte. It's...
due to the power of death. Her, right?
How could you not love this guy?
He gets it.
Huh?
Just skips past all the exposition.
This whole time.
He could?
It's due to my spiritual affinity.
Ah.
Ever since I was young, I've been able to see otherworldly things.
Yeah,
that's handy.
So, I mean, it kind of explains why Vivia's been suspicious of Yuma this whole time.
Sure.
He's like, oh, Yuma's just got this
weird
spirit
ghost
going around that he seems to be talking to all the time.
Strange.
That's weird.
My forte was gained through training that innate talent. Though, I wasn't able to see her clearly like this before.
Yeah, she kind of just looks like a blob normally.
Yeah, for sure.
I could tell you were talking to some haze following you around, but that was it. Until one day, I used my spectral projection at the agency and saw that death got clear as crystal.
Oh.
After that, I did some research. I discovered that the WDO Underground Book Vault held something called the Book of Death.
Vivia's really pieced all of this together.
Yeah, Vivi already knows who the killer is.
Vivia has solved like this entire game's overarching mystery from the fireplace
For sure.
without leaving the fireplace.
Between chapters of his book.
And also, that someone had taken it.
It's a me.
Did I take it? Before I lost my memories?
What do you mean, did I take it, Yuma? You literally...
No. Since you're a rookie, I doubt you'd have access to the book vault.
I'm pretty sure Shinigami straight up was like, you summoned me from the Book of Death.
Yeah.
So...
Only a handful of people have WDO clearance for that.
Just a handful?
Who could they be?
Anyway, you've been using this ability to solve the other cases up till now, haven't you?
Yep.
For sure.
That's pretty much... You got it.
Yeah.
So, this is also related to the mysterious deaths of all those culprits?
Yeah, that was also me. For sure.
My guess is, clearing a labyrinth, the materialization of a mystery, causes its true perpetrator to die.
Can I just say I love Shinigami's boots? Might I? Might I say?
I misheard you for a moment there.
What did you think I said? Boobs?
Yeah.
Oh, well, those two.
Yeah, I mean, but no.
You knew that.
Yes.
The boots is a new
they
thought.
are very good boots.
They're good boots.
If that's the case, you've killed a lot of people with your own hands, Yuma.
Oh,
Jeez, Vivia.
Pish posh.
We killed those 3 girls from the academy.
I
Pish
didn't really kill
posh.
anyone. It's just what happens when...
Nope. I may be the one reaping their souls, but the blood is still on your hands.
Oh, come on,
Guys,
Shinigami.
guys. Folks.
Don't back him up right now.
Off. Easy.
What the hell?
No point in pretending to be a goody two-shoes. You're risking your life to solve these mysteries.
This is rough. This is pretty
I
rough.
see.
I feel ganged
You're
up upon.
determined to do this, huh?
For sure.
Sorry, but I don't think I have that kind of conviction myself.
Oh, you're just gonna sleep here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to
okay.
read your book?
So, I think I'll take a nap here while you go and risk your life.
Yeah, that's
you gotta
that's,
come.
That's kind of par for the course.
You gotta come.
You can sleep if you want, but you won't be able to get out.
Is that so?
If you're not with Master when and if he solves the labyrinth, this place will collapse around you.
Ooh.
Well, if you don't have any regrets in the real world, you're free to die here.
He does want to die someday.
It could be today.
Regrets? I don't have any of those. But there are still some things I've left unfinished.
Okay, not today.
Especially after you exposed the mystery of this case.
Interesting.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be perfectly clear. I'm just going to tag along. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
All right, that's
I
fair.
don't care what you do, just don't get in our way. Well, Master, let's do the usual.
The usual.
See, the boots are just so good.
Oh, the beginning part of the next cutscene, when it shows just like the zoom in of her boots as she's like walking away.
Yeah?
I am obsessed with.
Yeah, okay.
Yuma's so
Master.
done.
Are you ready to give your life for the truth?
I am.
This right here.
It's so good. I like how this has just become old hat to him.
Oh, he's just like, yeah, no, this is just, yeah, we just dance and do some reverse vor sometimes. That's what happens.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yummy. One of these times, she just straight up bites his hands off. That's what a push pop looks like after you've been sucking on it for a while.
Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
It is a sword for cutting through mysteries. That's true.
I like how like everyone else we always have to do like the whole zoomy thing, and Vivia's just like, no, I got it.
Nah,
It's pretty straightforward.
I want him to be like, but that was weird. The vomiting was weird.
It's like everything up until now totally normal.
What was
Is
that?
that key something like a clue for the case?
Nah, still unfazed.
Vivia.
Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Vivia has never been phased a day in his life.
This is gonna be what I'm like as a parent. I'm gonna be like, is that your crayon for coloring your school project? Looks like you're ready to go. That will be me 100%.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever. I'm gonna ignore you. So let's go and unriddle this mystery labyrinth.
Let's unriddle.
Hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth.
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
This is a lot of walking.
It is a lot. That's kind of the whole thing that we're about to be doing for a little while.
It's a labyrinth, so
Thought you were going to ignore him.
She tried. She tried her hardest.
she cannot ignore things.
No, not
It's
at
not
all.
her forte, if you will.
Remember when she
See
tried
what
to
I did?
ignore Kurumi?
Didn't happen.
Not even a little bit.
Didn't happen even a little bit.
Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
I can run, right?
Well, don't run because,
Do you want to pause here and do that?
well, we have to get through this dialogue and then we'll.
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder? Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
Yeah, remember all of the other master detectives didn't remember anything about the case while they were in the mystery labyrinth?
That's because they had to have a reason to not let these master detectives solve the mystery for us. But this one is just too lazy. He's not gonna.
That's true for Halara. I'm not sure about Desahiko and Fubuki.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole spiritual thing.
There we go. Got that plot explanation.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
Yeah, Vivian must have been like, weird that no one's been talking about this.
Yeah.
How
You think
rude
it would
of
come
them.
up?
It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
I
That
mean,
reminds
in
me,
a sense,
I used
I
my
suppose.
lessons with Fubuki before Vivia.
Right, when we rewound time with the robot.
But Vivia is the only one who came into the mystery labyrinth.
I guess coalescence got overwritten. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability.
It's
I
like
don't know either.
have you watched Heroes? Peter Petrelli, who is one of the main characters. He's like the person that the show kind of centers around, at least initially in the beginning. His superpower is specifically that when he touches someone else with a power, he gets their power until the next time that he touches someone else.
Sure.
So like overwrites it each time.
Sure.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
They're like, don't
Little
worry about it with
detail.
the plot.
Better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this case.
Fubuki is
It
useful
doesn't
always.
matter anyway.
Always.
No one can use their forte here.
We love Fubuki.
Oh. So now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Really cleared that hurdle.
You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, you relax.
Ladies.
Calm down.
All right.
Please. Okay. Journal time. Press the right button. Good job.
Thanks.
All right, let's see these solution keys.
All right. Airlock decontamination device. This device exists to prevent leakage from the toxic gas chamber. The lid is barred but has a hinge to make it easy to open and close. Toxic gas properties. The toxic gas is bacterial, so regular gas masks are ineffective against it. Even if you hold your breath, it can be absorbed through the skin, and there are no effective treatments for it in existence. It takes about 30 minutes after exposure for the toxins to spread, and death is certain. Anyone wanting to force their way through the toxic gas chamber would need a spacesuit. Where is the spacesuit?
It's funny because they say like anyone would need a spacesuit, and it's like, so there is a way to just get through.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just rule out that someone came
It's
through with the spacesuit.
Possible. Panel chamber door. The door of the panel chamber is designed to open slowly. Since Amapal's arm had to be retracted first, it took time to enter the room even after the door opened. Amapal fell over rather suddenly when it was about to enter. There were no steps or obstacles, so it is presumed to have been knocked down by the fleeing culprit.
Right, and we found this is a later
footprint.
solution key.
Yeah. High voltage and panel chamber. There are 9 panels in a 3x3 configuration. You must step on them in a special order to proceed. Stepping on them in the wrong order unleashes a high voltage current.
Do you remember the order?
8, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3.
It's bizarre to me that you did that by numbers.
Well, it worked.
It did.
Panel chamber contamination device. This device exists to prevent leakage from the toxic gas chamber. Unlike the decontamination device in the airlock chamber, the cover of the one in the panel chamber cannot open or close, so no one could have hidden there. Someone could have hidden in the airlock decontamination device.
Presumably.
Stab wounds in back. There are 3 stab wounds in Dr. Huesca's back. One of them still has a knife stuck in it. With no other injuries, this appears to be the cause of death. 3 stabby stabs.
Stabby stabs.
Fink the slaughter artist's knife, a knife with the letter F inscribed on it. This appears to be the weapon used to murder Dr. Huesca. It is said this knife is used by Fink the slaughter artist to prove to his clients that he killed his target. The same knife was found next to Chief Yako. The same type of knife, not the same actual knife.
Did it say the same knife?
Yes,
Oh, it did.
but the same type. the
Yeah,
same,
it must
like,
mean same type because when we
MO
went
type
to
knife.
investigate Huesca's body later, the knife
The
was
knife was
still
still
in his
there.
back. So
Information on Dr. Huesca. Dr. Huesca was the kind of person who would take advantage of and sacrifice others for the sake of his research. Since the cancellation of a big project 3 years ago by higher-ups, he has become a complete shut-in. He had hearing issues so severe he could be considered deaf, but he was able to read lips to communicate with others. This was why he refused to speak to Makoto since he wears a mask. There are also rumors the doctor was planning to flee Kanai Ward, an act seen as betrayal to Amaterasu Corporation. Perhaps someone in the company found out about the plot and sent in a hitman.
perhaps.
Okay, potential motive for that. Shoe print on Amapal's head. In the critical lab, there was a shoe print on Amapal's head. When Amapal was moved into the airlock chamber, however, there was no shoe print.
Right.
So that appeared since we sent him in.
It appeared, sometime after we sent Amapal in.
The doctor's notes. A notebook found on the doctor's desk. It has diagrams of a person being splashed with sulfuric acid. Doing this would cause clothes and skin to melt, rendering the victim unrecognizable. What was the doctor trying to do?
What was the doctor trying to do?
Interesting. Stored food. There are canned food and bottles of water inside the lab. However, not much of either remains. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Not a lot of food
Or water.
or water.
Vent in critical lab. There is a tiny vent in the critical lab, but the cover is fixed in place and not large enough for a person to pass through. Didn't leave that way.
Nope.
Storage key. The storage room contains confidential documents, so the door is locked. Peacekeeper Director Yomi manages the storage room. Yomi holds the only key to the storage room. There are no others. Okay. It's interesting because the way that a lot of these solution keys are written, and obviously this is intentional by the game, but all I'm thinking of when I'm reading them are what will this be used to refute? Not really what does this teach me uniquely.
Got it.
But
Interesting.
it's like someone hid in the storage room.
Right.
Couldn't have been, you know?
Yep.
They're like all written in terms of combating false statements.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Missing file. They're mostly old research logs in the storage room managed by Peacekeeper Director Yomi, but a section of the files on the shelf is missing. Whatever he didn't want others to see has already been disposed of. Okay. Lab map. A floor plan of the lab. It was supposed to be a top secret file, but it was found hidden behind a house plant. Okay. Photo. A photo of a young man and woman. The woman is wearing a white lab coat. Perhaps she is a researcher at the lab. The man cannot be recognized because of blood stains on the picture.
Who could it be? I like the texturing on the bloodstains. It makes it look real.
I'm like, I feel like there has to be. This is just an instinct. I don't have, other than this photo and the map, a lot of evidence of this.
Okay.
But I want to say that there is a connection between Yako and the doctor.
Okay.
Like, I'm wondering if Yako killed the doctor.
Okay.
And then he was killed in return for whatever reason. Like, if it's like, I don't know.
But who would he have been killed by then?
That I don't know. I don't know why the retributive killing would have happened.
Right. And how would he have gotten through all the security and everything?
I mean, that's a problem I have for everyone.
Right.
You
That's
know,
sort
like,
of that's sort of a universe.
There's like the question of motive, and then there's the question of
yeah.
how on earth did this go down?
How on earth did they get into the doctor's lab?
But like, I'm wondering if this is a doctor. If this is the doctor, a photo of the doctor.
Oh, if under the bloodstain is Huesca?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And seemingly Yako had that, unless someone else killed Yako to try and pin it on him and stash the photo of the doctor. Like, I'm imagining a reason why I think this could be the doctor is because it was found with the map.
It was found with the map. That's correct.
So seemingly someone is using the map to try to find something, right? You don't just pick up a map for no reason, like you're trying to go to a specific area.
Presumably.
So I'm thinking maybe they're using the map to try and see where the doctor is.
Okay.
So this could be the doctor, and the map was stolen to try and figure out where the doctor is hidden.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It was found near Yako, so that's why I'm thinking maybe there's a tie there.
Right. Yeah, these were found in the plant near Yako.
Right.
Yeah. That I could see that.
Something. Yako's statement. Yako testified the hitman attacked him. Could be. Could be. Hey, that could be.
It could. What do you mean? It could be.
It
could be that the
hitman attacked
Oh,
him.
not. It could be that he testified.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? It could be. We heard it.
He did say it.
Okay.
But that could be.
Right. Yes.
Security power supply. The critical lab security system operates on a separate power system than what is managed in the electrical room, which is to say the critical lab security system would have continued functioning through the blackout.
Right. When the blackout happened, that doesn't necessarily mean that all the security went offline.
I'm sure someone will speculate that someone went in no security during the blackout, and the response to that is no, it's a different security system.
Yeah, there definitely is with these sorts of games a mental pattern that you get into of realizing, like, how am I going to specifically use this?
Right.
Yeah.
Electrical room eyewitness. Right after the blackout, a researcher near the electrical room went inside to turn the power back on. At that time, they witnessed a dark silhouette pass through the shadows. The researcher claims it must have been the hitman. Although the identity of the figure is unknown, it's certain a suspicious person was near the electrical room right after the blackout. Okay.
So someone
Suspicious person potentially causing the blackout?
potentially.
Could be. Distraction? Who knows? Death threat. The death threat was sent not only to the target, Dr. Huesca, but also to the Peacekeepers and the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Right.
However, according to Vivia's investigation, there has never been a case where Fink the Slaughter Artist issued a death threat. Perhaps the current case is special. Could be another, like, I don't think the game would do another, like, copycat killer type thing necessarily, because we did a full copycat killer mystery.
We did do a full copycat killer, yeah.
But maybe it's just Fink the Slaughter Artist is, like, more emotionally involved in this one for whatever reason. There's something special. Perhaps.
Yeah. So, like, there's definitely something
Different.
there must be something it's not just going to be, that, like, oh, he just decided to change it up this time.
Right. Amapal's design. Amapal can be controlled via a special tablet device. Watch the camera feed from Amapal's eyes and use the key buttons to control it. A mic can be used to communicate via voice. I am sure, because we didn't know about the mic, that's going to be important.
Right. We didn't use the mic at all, did we?
It wasn't even an option.
Right. Well, I'm just trying to think if there was.
I don't even know if we were told about the mic.
Because we weren't. We were at some point during the investigation. I don't remember when.
Yes.
But
it was. I think it was when we went in the room with the guy who gave us Amapal.
Like, I'm thinking, like, obviously Amapal made a lot of, like, sounds and, like, noises and stuff and said things. And I'm trying to just remember if any of the things that Amapal said were ever in response to sounds. Because obviously that would, like, imply that there was a mic. I don't remember if that happened though.
Yeah, I just find it interesting that that's come up in the investigation uniquely. Like it was uniquely specifically mentioned, and it's not a detail that we needed
Right.
to play through the chapter.
Yeah.
For safety, the ends of the arms are ball-shaped but can still be used for actions such as pressing buttons. See, like I specifically remember when we were told about Amapao the first time, we were told the ends of his arms are ball-shaped for safety.
Right. Yes. That I remember.
Right?
For sure.
So it's like, it's weird then if you're giving that level of detail
that the
you
mic was
wouldn't
left
mention the
out.
mic.
Yeah.
While extending or retracting an arm, the controls for the camera and body do not function. This is to prevent the arm's wires from being tangled when children handle it roughly. It has a low capacity of 100 kilograms and is durable enough to withstand most falls. The sale pitch says, withstand play with your rowdiest kids and tough enough for an elephant to stand on.
It's kind of funny that they put in all of the like flavor about Amapao in here.
Yeah.
Like we don't need the sales pitch information.
We don't.
We don't need the information about like its wires being tangled.
Right. We
Like
do not need
all
that.
of all the facts still stand without those. So that's just kind of funny.
It feels like potentially the extending and retracting means controls don't function could matter. But hard to say at
Right.
this stage. Ghost form traits. As heard from Vivia, the traits of ghost form are as follows. You cannot touch anything while using spectral projection. It cannot take over someone else's body, nor can it be heard.
Yeah, because we added this because Shinigami was like, "Hey, Master, you might just want to keep those powers in mind. Keep those ghost powers in mind for no reason in particular."
I'm wondering if this is like, if Vivi is going to get blamed and has to defend himself by saying, I couldn't have done this while in, like people are going to be like, he could have used astral projection to get through.
So you
like,
think this might be like a to exonerate him?
Potentially.
Okay.
Fubuki's forte. Fubuki's forte can turn back time. It was used while controlling Amapao. The traits of her ability are as follows. Reversing time consumes a lot of energy. If time has been turned back once, it cannot be turned back beyond that point. Okay. Security log. The security log of the critical lab. Whenever the security system is turned on or off, the date is automatically recorded. Records show the security system was disabled an hour ago. It has not been turned back on since. Yuma and company used Amapao to disable the security. The last time it was disabled before that was 90 days ago. In other words, until Yuma and company disabled it, the security system had been running without issue for the past 90 days, which is to say someone just did not turn it off and then run through.
Right.
And the doctor's email records. Okay. The email records of Dr. Huesca and Anonymous. From to Doctor. Doctor, we have trouble. Someone has discovered our deal. You should go into hiding for the time being. From Doctor to it appears it's time to call it quits. We've profited enough from this already. It's too dangerous to leak research and confidential information any longer. I shall fully withdraw from here. With this money, I will fund my new research. From to Doctor. Are the rumors true? You intend to leave Kanai Ward. Doctor, don't tell me you're plotting to take the research and run. I hope you already know this, but you have nowhere to go. From to Doctor. What's the matter, Doctor? Are you ignoring me? I will not permit any betrayal. I've told you before, but you have nowhere to run. Prepare yourself. Doctor likely refers to Dr. Huesca. His correspondent is difficult to identify since the address seems to be a random combination of characters. Dr. Huesca was communicating with this person to leak research and other confidential information. Okay.
Alrighty.
I'll be honest. I don't feel very close to solving this based on the solution keys.
No?
I feel like
Still-
they're going to
still a
really
lot of
have
guesswork?
They're going to have to walk me through it.
Where are we at so far?
I don't know how someone got in. I don't know how someone, even if someone had a spacesuit, which I don't think we have any evidence of there being a spacesuit, I don't know how someone gets past the electrogrid.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I said last time, like, there are only 3 possibilities for getting past the electrogrid. One is it's off, which all the evidence that we have seems to indicate that was not the case. 2 is you somehow learn the combination. Mm-hmm. And from what we've been told, the only place that exists is in Dr. Huesca's brain. Mm-hmm. And 3 is you randomly guess.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of
crazy.
Silly.
And that can't be it. Both of them were stabbed in the back, right?
Both of them.
Dr. Huesca was, Yako was as well, right?
I don't know if we know where Yako was stabbed.
Okay. That seems crazy.
I For some reason, I had in my brain that it was his stomach, but it could have been the back. I don't think we were told either way.
Okay. So, but at the very least, we can be relatively confident that without some real doing, Dr. Huesca did not kill himself. And we imagine from the fact that he seemingly saw someone that there must have been a killer, and the killer must have been in person, and that must have happened after we saw him perfectly fine on the video.
Right. Yes, all those things. And yeah, I don't know if you could like stab yourself in the back.
I mean,
especially 3 times.
I mean, yeah, it would
Like, that
have to
just-
be like a real setup, which
Like, yeah,
we've seen setups done
even
in these games.
even with the setup, I don't know how you do it 3 times. Like,
I mean,
I could
not to mention a real life criminal case, but the Gabby Petito, not this. This didn't actually happen. The Gabby Petito case. I watched a case of Law and Order SVU based on the Gabby Petito case,
Okay.
where someone had like a tree, and they like carved a notch in the tree, put a knife in the notch, and ran into it themselves. You could do something like that.
but multiple times with
Yeah.
your back.
They did it with their front, but you could do it with your back.
I-
It would take some doing. Is the point.
I feel like the amount of force that is required to back into a knife is a lot higher than to run into it from your front. And it just
I'll be honest, I don't know the science on that.
for some reason that's just the sense that I have.
Sure.
That's my instinct of what it would be like to get stabbed.
At any rate, this was a killing.
That
say that.
it seems pretty absent some crazy
Yeah.
weird circumstances. It seems pretty likely that this was a murder, not a suicide.
So another person's there. We know the approximate time when they would be there.
Right. We know that it must have happened between
After we saw
us-
him being fine.
Yeah, between us seeing him on the video and us getting Amapal into the room.
And I just don't know how someone got in there. I don't know how someone gets past the electrogrid. Someone had to know. Someone had to know the passcode.
Yeah, we have obviously the first room is kind of nothing, and then putting aside basically like a spacesuit, we have 2 rooms that are
Near
impassable
impossible to get through.
Yeah. Like it makes sense why the doctor was so confident in his security, because it really is kind of perfect security. Like how do you get past that?
And then for getting out's easier, right? Because it's like you wait for,
I mean, getting out, there's just a button that turns off all the security.
but they didn't press that button. We pressed that button.
Right, correct.
So, but getting out, you could basically just like kick over the robot, avoid
Yep.
being seen by the robot, skate back because you at this point know the pattern and seemingly are immune to or don't care about the poison. Hide in the air vent, you could, and then wait for us to come through and then skirt out after.
Right.
All possible within the time span of the door very slowly closing as it was designed to do. The
yeah.
door to the final, the critical lab.
Right.
But I don't have a good instinct for how you get back there in the first place. And I don't know what happened to Yako. I don't know why anyone would kill him.
Yeah.
Unless he killed himself because he knew he was going to die because he just ran through the gas.
But then that doesn't explain the person that we saw walking away
Correct.
from Yako.
Correct. Yup. I don't know. That's about what I got.
All right. It's yeah, we got some ideas,
Some real
but
questions.
some bigger questions. Let's
find
go.
out. Oh, he is running.
Who's running? Vivia?
Kind of, yeah.
Ooh, there's that mystery!
Ah, dang.
Getting sliced. Yuma's favorite part.
The question is,
I
Oh.
told you to stop surprising me like that.
there's nothing.
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits. But it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
Why didn't a
Wait, what's our
problem appear?
question?
Unclear.
Not only was there no problem, no choice appeared either. Master, maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yuma's
That's
just
fair.
so fucking lost.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Me too, buddy.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing. Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is the fact that Dr. Weska was murdered in a completely locked room with no way in or out.
Yeah, that's kind of the big one.
Yeah.
The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death. We were the first to discover the body. At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits. But we obviously aren't.
Obviously
So
not.
how did
Obviously,
the
of
culprit
course
get
not.
in and out of the doctor's lab? That's what I don't know.
But the culprit is definitely the hitman, right?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure. Besides, even if the hitman did it, there's the question of who hired him. But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako. That's the only thing I'm absolutely certain about.
Okay, we got a bunch of peacekeepers.
Troubling.
What are you guys doing here?
Ward's garbage. What are you
Sir?
doing here?
Hi, Yomi.
How are you here?
What's going on?
I'll smile.
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Be more phased, Vivia.
Please be phased.
Yeah, but he's just part of the mystery labyrinth.
I figured. In other words, he's a monster created from the labyrinth, right?
Right.
Okay.
Pieces of shit.
There he is.
Yeah, it's not real Yomi.
Disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward.
Hot.
Did you say hot?
Doesn't
Yeah.
seem like an easy opponent.
You're not wrong.
I put him on my hear me out cake.
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako, for everyone.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you? Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death.
You get some real Monokuma vibes.
All right. Jumping right in before anything else.
We're just going straight
With
for
a
it with a
reasoning
reasoning
deathmatch. All right. Gotta learn the new controls.
I mean, they're kind of the same
You're
controls,
the
but
ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab,
yep. And the noise is circle.
and then murdered him inside.
And then
Until
press
you actually
square to
enter
look
the
at your
lab.
solution
The
keys.
security system for the critical lab stayed active.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay.
What do you mean that's right?
Well, I just mean it hasn't contradicted anything yet.
Oh, gotcha.
It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words,
You're
no
pissing
one
me
can
off.
enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder,
There is no. Ooh.
Dang.
which makes you the culprit.
Well, yeah, he got us there.
Okay.
Right.
You can R1.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska.
If you hold R1, it'll skip
Yeah,
past
You
that.
disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab,
I mean, eventually.
and then murdered him inside.
I didn't do that part.
Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active.
Well. Ah!
Nope.
In other words,
Ooh, got hit.
no one can enter the doctor's lab.
Oh my god.
So
There couldn't be an intruder.
if I'm remembering correctly, nope, yeah, you jumped too
Which
early there.
makes you the culprit.
If I'm correct in which one I think is the answer, it's
You're the
It's
one
kind of a
who killed
hyper-technicality.
Dr. Wesker. You disarmed the
I think I might know what it is. I think it's security log talking about how it's not possible to disarm.
and to which statement?
Here,
security systems at the doctor's lab.
okay, that's true.
And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab.
This next one.
Security system for the critical lab stayed active.
No.
Oh no, I was wrong also. I thought it was that one.
Come on.
All right, I'm gonna let her help.
The security system was definitely still active. That's why you guys worked so hard to disarm it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But the doctor was already dead by the time we got past security and went inside.
Then
That must mean someone else went into the critical lab before you guys, right? The intruder may have left some traces behind.
So it's the shoe
Let's
print.
check the solution keys for anything useful. Yeah, it does sound like it's the shoe print.
You're the one.
I'm a little confused about where
Which
that
statement to put it to?
goes.
Ones who killed Dr. Wesker. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
So it doesn't seem like it's
That's
this
true.
one. That doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab. The security system for the critical lab stayed active.
I don't. Oh,
It's not. You don't think it's that one?
Impossible to bypass the system while it's
Oh,
active.
it must be this.
it must be this. Yeah. No.
No. Oh my gosh. I'm confused.
You don't know how they got through the security system, so I don't think you can rebut that statement.
Okay.
That shoe print on Amapel bothers me, though. It wasn't there at first, was it?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember a shoe print being there when we sent Amapal into the airlock. I see now. With this piece of evidence, I should be able to prove someone else entered the critical lab.
But he never says someone else
You're
didn't
the
enter the
ones who
critical
killed
lab.
Dr. Wesker.
Just go through all of them again,
Security system
just so we
to
can hear like
doctor's
the full list.
This is true, so I don't think we disprove
yeah.
that.
And then murdered him inside.
Like I guess it could be the next one, but that seems kind of
Until you
weird.
actually entered the lab. The security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab.
Okay.
There couldn't be an intruder.
Oh,
It's this.
yeah. Remember, you can rebut. Like, you don't need to wait for it to be like right up to you
Okay.
to rebut.
When the body was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab. But something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence?
I thought the hyper technicality that he was going for was he said something like the security system stayed active until you entered the doctor's lab.
And it stayed active until just before we entered.
Right. It
Yeah.
stayed active until Amapal entered the doctor's lab, but
That's what I
not
was thinking
us.
too. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth?
All right, what we
Don't make
got?
me laugh.
Oh, this is just a repel one. So you just need to
Shit.
identify the wrong statement
was
and
an
just repel
intruder?
it without any evidence.
That's impossible.
It was a little shit. You missed it.
And in fact, you proved that yourself.
Ah.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah, it must have been that last one.
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah, everything else was.
Just insults.
Shit. There was an intruder. That's impossible. And in fact, you proved that yourself.
claim doesn't hold up.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder.
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh.
Back to it.
What do we got?
Lab map, airlock, panel
If
chamber.
there was another intruder,
Oh god.
then where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene,
Is it time?
Is it time?
Is it time for my airlock decontamination?
This has been the one thing that you've like felt confident about
I
this
know.
whole time.
I'm ready.
there was no one else, right?
Well, that's true.
There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
That's not true.
Nice. What if that was wrong?
I would be so upset.
What if they actually hid in like the tiny vent in the critical lab itself?
There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device. The vents
Got
can
him.
be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You've got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence
Oh.
is all wrong.
Mean.
Have fun chasing
That's
that
rude.
fake truth you found.
I don't appreciate that.
Hey.
Oh, there we go.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
So we still need to answer whatever this question's gonna be, though.
For sure.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
Was there an intruder?
Has to be.
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth.
Let's do it.
Quickly talk.
Say,
The mystery's just getting started. No slip-ups here, Master.
Huh? You better not say you don't know which to pick. No, I do.
We got this. Yes, there was an intruder.
Right here!
We're just now getting to the point. What a pain.
hey, don't sigh. This is a good thing.
Sorry.
Immediately sighs again.
Anyway, let's head inside.
There was an intruder for sure. We know someone bumped into Amapau.
The culprit probably hit Amapel on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber.
Right.
So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
For sure.
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to
That would have
the
been
scene,
super awkward.
you would have caught the culprit then and there.
That's true.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they
Yeah,
were
I
in
mean, you would
there.
never think to just like look in there
No.
in that moment.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master.
Super lame.
It's not an excuse, but it is true. If I had thought
Haunted.
about why Amapel was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush or searched for them.
That is true. They could have reasoned
Waited.
because Amapel was knocked over that the culprit
Someone
must still be
was
in
there,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
Well, also, it was relatively evident that the doctor was being murdered from him looking in the distance and being like, what? Who are you? No, no! So, there's that.
Right.
Master,
Well, but
wallowing in regret is even lamer.
but Amapel
If you have
being
time for that, you have time to keep going.
Amapel being knocked over at least was proof that the culprit was still there
Sure. Sure. At that time.
right at that time. Like they theoretically, we didn't know that there was no way to leave the critical lab yet, so they may have gotten out a different way for all we knew at that point.
But they would know if they had the map.
That's true.
And then ditched the map.
In a plant with a photo. Pineapple.
Really? Another fork in the path.
Chop my head, chop my head.
Chop it.
How did the culprit enter the lab? That's a
Seems like
real
we're finally at the
question.
It is a
Central
real
question.
question.
This is the first step to solving how the culprit committed an impossible murder.
How did it do it?
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
You brought a book?
Yeah,
That's
you did.
me.
You can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
He is special.
He is. Okay, actually, so you can go ahead and talk to them real quick.
I'll leave it to you to solve this one, Yuma.
Come on.
Show that good-for-nothing anemic vampire what's up with your killer deductions, master.
Can I talk you through my theories?
Yeah, talk me through them.
We are pretty confident that the deactivated security by cutting power is incorrect.
Why is that?
Because while there was a power outage, there is a different grid that the critical lab is kept on. We have no indication that that power was cut. And I imagine that would show up on the logs.
You would think that
You
that
would
would
think.
probably be on logs.
I don't think it's invited by the doctor because the doctor would still have to disable the security, which he is very capable of doing from inside, but we know from the logs that that didn't happen.
Yeah, like if someone were invited in by the doctor, theoretically he could have told them the password for the panel room, but they still wouldn't be able to get past the toxic gas.
Right.
Without him just deactivating the security fully.
Exactly. And he would just deactivate security, let them in and reactivate it.
Right.
So
Unless the doctor told someone the password and that person wore a spacesuit.
right.
So they could get
Which is
past both
technically
rooms.
possible,
Technically
but
can't rule it out.
certainly not the simplest solution.
Right.
So I think it's never entered in the first place.
But then we have like the shoe print on Amapal,
That's true.
which indicates that someone must have been in there. Because we know it appeared after we sent Amapal through the room.
That's true. There is a culprit. Yeah. I don't know that any of them are right. None of them make sense.
It does kind of seem like none of them make sense, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm going to try the middle one.
Okay, give it a shot. Never entered in the first place.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, try it. Worst that happens is we lose a little health.
Right here!
Just don't lose so much health that you don't get an SS rank, because then I'll have to
Culprit
redo
never
it to get
entered?
the trophy.
But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
I simply cannot have gotten SS
The
ranks on all of
intruder
these.
is not
You
the
have.
culprit
Have
after
I?
all.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide?
That's not what I'm saying.
If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it,
What-
there would be
Where
no
are we
intruder.
going?
The
We're not.
doctor was already in the lab.
Oh, there we go.
Don't you worry.
Huh? A trap?
Ooh.
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
Thanks,
Well,
Vivia.
thanks, Vivia.
Why didn't you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? You should have said so earlier.
I like how with, Halara, obviously, like you said, they had to nerf them, so they couldn't just give us all the answers in the mystery labyrinth.
The other two just aren't that
The
helpful
other two,
naturally.
they still nerfed them, but like honestly,
More personality-wise.
like probably they didn't need to do that. Vivia, he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
So that's all the nerfing you need. Like,
People only grow
Sorry.
by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
I was gonna say, like, I really like them showing him putting together everything at the beginning of the mystery labyrinth, because it shows when he tries to piece stuff together, he
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's
competent.
he is intelligent and he can do it if he wants to. He just doesn't want to.
Is purposely a word?
Is what?
Purposely a word?
Purposefully.
Right. Right?
Oh.
And I think he said well, actually.
Purposely, I think, actually is a word, too.
People only grow by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
Oh, no, it's purposely.
Oh, he kind of says it in like a... It kind of sounds like he said purposefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Master, we have to get out of here! How do we get out? Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
Oh.
Right, I'll try.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are we just disproving all of them?
Maybe. Why is the doctor committed suicide not correct?
Well,
The stab wounds in the back are pretty
yeah.
conclusive.
We already had this discussion. I didn't feel the need to go through it again.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back. One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
I know this. I think we're going to disprove all 3.
I may have messed
Okay.
up.
Oh, no, maybe not.
At least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
Well,
We didn't
okay,
lose health.
Shinigami.
I'll do better next time.
I thought it was going to be something wacky.
Something wacky? Like what?
I don't know.
You
I
thought what was
did-
going to be something wacky?
It would that he never entered, and it was some wacky solution
gotcha.
involving that. Well, I also don't think it's the other 2,
Hey, we're back.
but I suppose this one is more likely.
Deactivated security by cutting power. Like, it's possible that the power got cut and there just wasn't a log entry for it.
I guess.
Although, actually,
Oh, God.
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab.
I think
That answer is pretty simple.
you can run.
Almost
I'll
too
talk
simple.
after.
Okay.
When we talked to Weska on the conference call, when he was like, "Oh no, what's going on?" I'm pretty sure that was after the blackout, and we were like, "Are you okay? There was a blackout." He was like, leave me alone."
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
Huh? This route is wrong too?
Well,
Again?
how do we
Don't
disprove this
worry,
one?
Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Don't let him influence you!
Shinigami is getting vivied.
Get vived.
Get vived. Why is deactivated security by cutting power not correct? Because it's on a different grid.
The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building.
I have to assume that the switchboard for the lab is in the lab itself.
Yeah, has to be. All right.
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
Okay, I'm back on my, I think that all 3 are wrong.
Gotcha.
So
Unless,
I very much think that the reason
unless you were
we
just
are-
wrong twice.
the reason we are disproving the doctor invited him in is going to be the logs.
Oh, that's how we're disproving it,
Oh,
you mean?
whoops. Yeah.
You're
Right.
tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
He's such a sleepy boy.
Resting
Me
here
too.
wouldn't help
So
me at
sleepy.
all.
Vivia is all of us.
Maybe it is all of us. Let's take it from the top.
What we got?
Well, let me re-enter the wrong ones,
Yeah, let's go into never entered in the first place again.
shall we?
Okay, we got invited in by the doctor, the pineapple one.
I don't think it's the pineapple one.
Right here!
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Yeah, that is the
Things are
good
so
question. Is like,
muddled
why
now
would the
because we're assuming
culprit,
the culprit forced their way
or why would the
inside.
doctor? I mean,
Yeah.
If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
like that is
So you
true,
think
but
the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
Huh? What? This was the last route.
it would also be incredibly arrogant for the doctor to be like, yes, I understand that there is an active death threat on me right now, but I'm expecting a guest, so I'll turn the security off.
I'm sure it's fine.
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels.
Yes,
Perhaps
exactly.
You're the real culprit. Yuma.
That'd be funny.
That would be fun.
Really, Master?
Of course not.
Yuma
Focus.
reaps
We need to get
himself.
out of here.
Listen, it wouldn't be unprecedented in this series.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
We got them logs.
The log on the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in. What's going on? Were all 3 routes wrong?
Kind of seems like it.
I wonder what it means.
It means that all 3 routes were wrong.
That's exactly what it means. Inevitably.
Yeah, I mean that's just it's pretty simple.
I am no closer to knowing how on earth someone killed the doctor.
That didn't help you. That didn't help you figure it out.
No.
You have a lot. You know a lot of ways that someone didn't kill the doctor.
Yeah. Oh, secret
Fourth
fourth
door.
door. Of course.
Hey, there's another door.
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared.
Interesting. The mystery labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes.
Well, they were
It's
wrong.
almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
Almost like it.
But by eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route!
Entered and killed via spectral projection.
To enter and kill him?
That's worrisome for our boy.
Then, the culprit is... I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before.
Ooh,
How dare you
Vivia.
trick me?
Seems too early to make that reveal.
It does seem like it would be a little early.
There could be someone else who could use astral projection.
Oh, us?
Could be us.
There is no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged! Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and boom kill this dude!
Quick, just dust it off.
I'll say that one thing in Vivia's favor, i.e. not being the culprit, is that he did say, especially once all this shakes out,
That he has like
I've got
things
something to do, yeah.
Right? And he had already pieced together that,
that
the
he
culprit
would die.
dies.
Right.
That is true.
Hold on.
Oh, we're going. We're racing.
Off to the races. He's Naruto running. Almost.
Run, run, run.
Embarrassing.
Another trap?
Ooh, dang.
Is this the rules of astral
Why
projection,
is
spectral
it too
projection?
late? There's no way Vivia's the
I don't
culprit.
know.
Then, prove it and beat this thing!
Oh, we're gonna exonerate him.
Do.
How nice.
Just do a
Well,
quick
that doesn't exonerate
exoneration.
him. That just shows that
Is wrong because
he can't hold
he
things.
can't touch things.
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife. So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor.
There is another
Now, do you
issue
trust Vivia?
that you're invisible.
I've said this 1,000
That's true.
times,
And
but a
the doctor
detective
saw
must
someone there.
suspect
Exactly.
Everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Bigoted.
That's tough.
Bigoted.
That's tough for
Shinigami.
Vivia.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
Anyway,
I know I'm
let's go
haunted.
back.
Heading on back.
I love obviously haunted individuals.
If he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
Okay. You have to click through.
Oh,
Let's
thank you.
try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed.
Do, 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 do. What? Oh, it's Bad Guy that it's making me think of.
Yeah.
Is the bum, ba-da-da, dun, da-da-da-da.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, so where do we go from
New
here?
Doors.
There were 3 fake doors, then a 4th fake door.
Yeah, brutal.
So what now?
What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
That is the
What
question.
was the point?
For what? For why?
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Master would not do that.
He
Hold
probably
on,
wouldn't do that.
Shinigami.
I don't want
Most
to get
likely.
chopped up. I dislike pain immensely.
Super fair, Bibs.
But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
It's true.
What
That
possibilities?
means
Name one.
Nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing. Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Vivia, not this again.
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it?
Did I kill him?
Did you kill him? Has Vivian known this whole time?
No matter how cruel the truth may be.
I love his posing.
I wonder if I'm right and it was Yako and he's trying to protect him.
Oh. And that's why he's
Can
been
I
all like,
handle it.
are you sure you want the truth?
Yeah, can you really handle it? Yeah.
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so hesitant.
Hesitant.
Has it?
This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why
Oh,
you
interesting.
can't reach the truth.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
What are you
basically like
talking
if some part of Yuma doesn't want to solve the mystery, then the mystery labyrinth kind of blocks his path.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
New door
So you
opens.
still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice.
I'm
When
intrigued.
that happens,
Yeah.
you'll have to prove your conviction and expose the truth. Like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something.
Vivia's gonna
you.
assist? What?
This
Much
labyrinth
obliged.
appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation.
Okay.
That's true.
So, instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Okay.
Okay.
Carve my own path.
Carve my
That's
own.
right, Shinigami. We can create new routes with our own deductions.
Yuma just takes out the sword and starts chipping
Just
away.
hacking at the wall. Breaks the
Maybe
sword.
We can
You
do
die
it
there.
here.
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
Bird's eye view.
So if I change my perspective here,
Bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view.
I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system.
Is it why?
That's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Okay.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to...
It's really nice to have her consistently relying on insults that aren't gender-based.
That is true.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master.
Yeah, like the closest insult to being gender-based is when she calls Kurumi Flatty.
Yeah.
But that's because she has a very intentionally gendered relationship with Kurumi.
Right.
Her whole opinion of Kurumi is based on the fact that Kurumi is a girl and she gets jealous of her and Yuma flirting.
Right. Oh, you know this is my favorite, baby.
Rope.
You know I'm so good.
Rope.
Was it string? Is that what it was?
It was tent.
It was tense?
No, but tent was one of the things you guessed. No, sorry, you didn't guess tent. You guessed tarp.
Oh, yeah, well. Okay. What?
Shinigami puzzle.
Ready to
Who is capable of overcoming the security system? Can I... Oh, I can't.
twirling, twirling, twirling.
Can I see my solution keys?
No, there are no solution keys for this. You're just picking letters.
Okay. What's the bad guy's name again?
Bag. Oh,
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Fisk? Or Fink?
No. The red-haired guy.
Oh, Yomi?
Yeah, I
Just
thought.
ignoring me now.
Is it? Yeah, it's.
That's not it.
What? Oh, do I have to grab a solution key first?
No? Why? What were you trying to write?
Amapal? Oh, is there an AM? There it is.
That's right.
Oh, and then it's the A. Okay.
Yeah.
See, yeah, okay. I just can't spell. It's fine.
You knew the answer that time.
Go, go, go.
It will not reload fast.
I know, it's really annoying that it delays.
Go.
But that's why the power-up that makes the barrel turn slower is almost annoying, because if you miss it, it takes forever for it to come back around.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the red-haired guy because he has the special key, but that's not what I was asking.
Right, and that special key, as far as we know, only gets into a different room,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah.
critical lab. But yeah, so we do know that Amapal is capable of going past the security system.
That's true.
So that's one that it does answer the question of who could get past it. That is one quote unquote person that could get past the security system.
Although Amapal can only get past the security system if you have a power like Fubuki's.
That's true. Yeah,
Because it'll get fried.
Amapal still has the issue that it will get fried at the grid.
right.
So Amapal
but
alone.
Fubuki was around.
Fubuki was around.
Maybe Fubuki incidentally helped. This goes back to our beautiful green-haired boy, though. Because Fubuki and Vivia were together, weren't they?
Vivia was with Halara.
Oh.
It was Desahiko and Chief were together. Halara and Vivia were together, and Fubuki was kind of on her own. At least they may have all been together at some other point, but those are the ways that we ran into them, where it was Chief and Desahiko, then Fubuki alone.
That's right.
And then Vivia and Halara.
Fubuki could have gone with Yako. We could be going back to that.
That's true.
This is all thanks to me.
I do think Yako probably did a kill. And
You think
wait,
Yako did a
wait,
kill?
wait, motive.
Motive.
Yako does a kill.
Yako does a
for
kill.
personal reasons related to the photo.
Okay.
And then the killer, who was the one sending the email, Fink, killed Yako because that was supposed to be his kill.
Oh, so he was like, fuck you, you stole my kill?
Could be.
Okay. Interesting.
Could be. Although seemingly whoever killed the doctor had like a particular incentive for doing so, which was tied to him wanting to leave. So that's a question mark.
Right. It also is like, I think they've said is a hitman, and
If your hit gets killed, you're not necessarily gonna then. you know.
This is maybe me drawing on like other forms of media, but in other forms of media, hitmen are usually like, I have a strict code to only like kill my target.
Right. Well,
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
Good
I've
question.
never been happy or sad
oh,
Oh God,
my entire life.
well, that's how you tell.
that's rough.
I want to die someday.
I know, buddy.
I know you do. And you probably will. So,
This guy's hopeless!
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
And we will explore that new route next time. No,
No,
don't
no.
explore it.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no,
you're
no,
just
no.
positioning yourself.
don't you
I
worry.
see. I understand. All right. Well, yeah, we'll explore that new route next time. See what Vivia thinks. See what I almost said Fubuki thinks. What Shinigami thinks.
Two very different people.
Two very different people. I think my favorite running gag in this game is when you're going through the mystery labyrinth with Fubuki, and the title that she gives Yuma gets longer and longer every single time.
That is funny.
It's so good. But anyway, yeah. So we will see you all then and continue along this mystery labyrinth and see if we can. I mean, we know we seemingly Amapal is involved somehow, based on what we just did. So we're
Gotta see how.
potentially making some progress
Let's
to
see.
figuring out how someone might have gotten there.
Let's see.
So, anyway, until next time,
You know where to find us.
we will talk to y'all then.
Bye.
Bye.